set to go.
The Front Porch Show.
Hello, hello, we're set to go on with the Front Porch Show. It's Dynamo.
The Front Porch Show.
Magnifico.
The Front Porch Show.
Dynamo Magnifico on with the Front Porch Show. We'll share a laugh or two. Big smiles for me and you. Hello, hello.
Front Porch Show.
We're good to go.
Front Porch Show.
Hello, hello. We're good to go on with the Front Porch Show. Here's Don.
Live from St. Mary's, by the Seat of Our Pants Productions is proud to present the Front Porch Show, starring John Stevens. This is Don Van Galen along with the piano man, Frank StGermain. Please join John and his guest, Murray Mitchell from Hope for Haiti. Master cheesemaker, Ramon Eberle. Marah Ajjan Al Hadid. Musical guest, Chris Brine.
Yeah!
And our regular segments, Lauren Eady with Community Calendar. And another exciting episode of Alternate Facts, all today on the Front Porch Show.
We'll share a laugh or two. Big smiles for me and you. Let's hear it now. Hello, hello.
Front Porch Show.
We're good to go.
Front Porch Show.
Hello, hello. We're good to go on with the
And now, here's John. I told you, watch that coming in. You're gonna.
Hey, he looks like Jimmy Buffett.
Hey, I like the shirt. What's up?
Well, we've got an official sponsor. You know how Vanna White, you watch Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
Vanna White's wardrobe supplied by?
Absolutely.
I've made a deal with the Salvation Army.
Excellent.
So my wardrobe is supplied every week by the Salvation Army. Every penny stays in St. Mary's.
Excellent. This one's even got buttons.
Yes, that's right. So, we had a great yard sale, by the way, in St. Mary's yesterday. How many people went to the yard sale? Bought a lot of stuff? Good stuff.
I haven't sold my yard in a long time.
No, I had a garage sale once.
Well,
Did you?
I don't have a garage anymore.
well, I don't in Canada, don't we call it a meter sale instead of a yard sale? Oh, come on! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, that was good.
What can I say? Save the comedy. Where's Swarty when you need him? Okay, a couple of things. Yeah, this yard sale is always the third Saturday in July, so next year, come around. A lot of people from out of town. Who's from out of town here today? Anybody? Where you? Oh. Where you from, Rannoch?
Hey, Rannoch!
Okay. Got some good news here, by the way. We, as you know, go live on the internet. And for the internet crowd, where are you? Hi. Last week's episode was up 286% from our views in episode number 2.
Yes,
And
20 billion, 305 zillion.
yeah, whatever.
Zillion.
Yeah, well, and our reach was up 410% from episode 2.
We're famous.
Can you tell us what that means in
Uh,
real terms?
Yeah, it means it's all good.
Good?
Yeah, it's good. That's what it means.
Are we famous now? When people meet us on the street and say, there's Frank.
And ask for our
Now
autograph?
they'll say, there he was, just a walking down the street singing. Thank you. Okay, because if you're watching on the internet, if you leave a message for us, we'll give a call out, and we have notes from the internet. First time I've seen this one, I think. Pauline Dissler from Millbank, Pennsylvania. We have Ian Wade from, listen to this, Erbil, Iraq. Or Iraq. And as usual, Kubra Erdogan from Istanbul, Turkey. And we have another new person, Savaş Esatoglu from Istanbul, Turkey. Savaş.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah. Do you know what Savaş means?
No, what does Sebastian
The word Savaş means war.
War? Well, what is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
He's
We also have
Show up for a rehearsal, Frank.
Alfia Jamal from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and as always, Rich, you better email us in every show he's on. Rich Miller from Glendale, California. And we also have Anna David
That's right next
Winkler.
to Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah, Anna David Winkler from Minneapolis, St. Paul. David wrote and said he's addicted to the program already, so good. And a special shout out to our Ontario friends, Lori and Andy from Welland, Tony and Sue from Hamilton, Gail and Doug from Lynn. You met them. You met Tony and Sue from Hamilton last night, Frank. And special shout out. They say promised me they'd be watching, so they better put a little note. Okay. So on we go, and I think we come up to one of our favorite parts of the show, Don with alternative facts.
Alternate facts, ladies and gentlemen. I need my two contestants to join me. We're gonna. There were two.
She's got a pink sweater on.
Yeah, it's not the pink that I'm used to seeing. Am I going colorblind?
Well,
Ask her about her favorite planet.
No, I think I know where that one is. There he is. All right, these are our two contestants for alternate facts. Welcome. I'm just going to do some quick introductions. Your name, please, sir.
Tony van der Stel.
Tony, where are you from?
Amsterdam.
Great little town. Where do you live now?
It's in here.
There we go.
And you, ma'am?
Brett,
Brett. Very pensively, Brett. And where are you from, Brett?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. St. Mary's, excellent. Two contestants from St. Mary's. One's an import for Amsterdam. I was just there recently. I don't think I'm still high, I think. He's getting out, that was the problem. Anyway, so you know how alternate facts work. We are going to tell you a story, and you have to determine whether it's true or, in fact, an alternate fact, as Mr. Trump likes to say, right? And if you guess right, you win a fabulous prize. And if you guess wrong, well, you'll win another fabulous prize. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a little warm-up on this one, no. Just very short, quick ones. You can tell me whether or not you believe it to be true. The Chase Manhattan Bank once accepted a check written on the side of a cow. What do you think?
It's true.
No.
That's a myth. Betty Crocker was a real woman.
Yes.
Yep.
No. Buddy Holly named his band the Crickets after one of the chirping insects made his way into the studio and wound up being recorded along with the rest of the band. Truth or an alternate fact?
True.
False.
That's an alternate fact as well. Grace Kelly was the first motion picture actress to appear on a postage stamp. You remember Grace Kelly, don't you? You probably dated her one time.
Nice.
Twice! And look how well you did.
False.
That's true. That's true. Dr. Seuss wrote the children's classic Green Eggs and Ham after his editor bet him that he couldn't write a book using less than 50 different words.
True.
True?
True.
True, that is true. Way to go, Dr. Seuss. Yeah, that's enough. Anyway, so some of these are a little saltier than the others. You gotta be a little more careful. Anyways, so what this is actually is kind of a warm-up to my alternate fact in that you remember the game Trivial Pursuit, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so a lot of entrepreneurs at the time thought, Trivial Pursuit, that's easy. I can make millions of dollars creating my own board game. And so they all came out with great new board games. One of those new board games, which I rely on for this particular segment, is called Urban Myths. What do you think of that? Maybe? I'll give you one better. The co-inventor of Urban Myths is in our studio audience tonight. In fact, it's Maggie Whitcraft. Is that the truth? Or is that an alternate fact, ladies and gentlemen? You have to decide.
Alternate fact.
Alternate fact, says Mr. Vandershaw.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. They got no faith in Maggie. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Truth or alternate fact?
Oh my goodness, the contestants are out on a limb all by themselves here. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, can you grab that box behind the curtain? I guess he can. No, he can't.
Oh, you got it hidden right
I got it hidden. Yeah. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, here is a copy of that game right here. Probably the last surviving copy on Earth. Urban Myths. Once again, a $2 item at the Salvation Army. This show is really doing well with the Salvation Army. Anyways, that's not the prize, and unfortunately, the 4 shirts aren't going to be given away today. We only have, because none of our contestants managed anything other than the wrong answer. You get the consolation prize, this beautiful sticker from St. Mary's Sunrays. Thank you for being contestants, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it. Have a safe, enjoy the rest of the show. And Maggie, come on, stand up and take a bow for being our alternate facting person.
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. No, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no
Somehow
more.
I got tied up under the cord there.
Why did I think of that?
Okay,
We're on, I hope. There we go. Maggie, Don said that people were doing this to make people rich. Maggie, are you rich? Sure. Okay, great. I think you're really rich. Rich in friends, that's for sure. Okay, now we have one of our favorite parts of the show. We have from the St. Mary's Independent, Lauren Eady to read community calendar. But first, Lauren, what was the big headline in the Independent this week?
Who was messing with the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame post?
Wow.
That's the big headline.
Okay. You ever gonna find the person that leaves their poop on doesn't pick after their dog?
No, I don't know about that. Sorry. I don't own a dog, okay? So it's not me. Okay, everyone. Hello.
Front Porch Show.
So, trivia buffs. Stop by the Wildstone tomorrow night for their Monday night trivia contest. You can either sign up as a team of 4 players or arrive as a single and meet some new friends. The suggested arrival time is 7:15 with trivia underway at 7:30. This Tuesday, July 24th, head to the St. Mary's tennis courts from 7 to 9 for demo night. Try a new racket, test your serve speed, and pick up some tips. All of this is free, courtesy of Racket Sport Company of Courts. Next weekend at the Milt Dental Field, the St. Mary's Kinsmen host their annual big event, Summerfest. Summerfest runs from Thursday to Saturday with lots of great entertainment for all ages. Campbell Amusements will be operating their traditional midway for the kids with all sorts of family-friendly rides and games. Advanced one-day midway bracelets are available for $20 at local businesses, Harris Gregg Garage, Snapping Turtle, Jenny's, Dunny's, and McPhail's. Thursday's music lineup at Summerfest includes open mic from 6 to 8 p.m., hosted by Steph Martin. Excuse me. Thursday's headliners, St. Mary's Band, We Are the Temple, who will take stage at 10 p.m. Friday's open mic will also take place 6 to 8, with headliner The Containment Unit beginning their set of 90s alternate music at 10 p.m. And they're an awesome band, by the way. On Saturday, the music gets started at 1:30 with Deepwater Student Music Showcase, followed by open mic from 4 to 6, and Steph and the Roadhounds will be playing at 8 p.m. This weekend-long concert finishes up Saturday night with the Tragically Hip tribute band, Practically Hip, at 10 p.m. Summerfest is the Kinsmen's top fundraising event, so hopefully they will have another great crowd this year for the festivities. And that's your community calendar for July 22nd at the Front Porch Show. Have a great week, everyone.
Lauren Eady, she's a real sweetie. Lauren Eady, she's a real beauty. I just made that up.
Really, Frank? I would never have guessed. Okay. We've wanted to have representatives from Hope for Haiti on for a long time. And so I asked around people I know about Hope for Haiti, and they said, you got to get Murray Mitchell on. If you watched the show last year, Murray performed some magic. Well, he's not going to perform magic today. He's going to talk about the magic that Hope for Haiti does in people's lives all over the world. So, Murray Mitchell, come on up. Oh. Yeah, nice and close.
Right up.
Okay, Murray, did you grow up in St. Mary's?
Yep, a little more than 87 years ago.
Wow, okay. And as a young man, yeah, we can do that, yeah. When, as a young man, what did you do lots of volunteer work?
Depends what you call young. I started when I was about 30, and of course, when my boys got big enough, I was in minor hockey, minor ball, president and Park U, that's when Park U, and the arena board, that's when more than one person said what those things were going to do, eh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you were a carpenter for many years?
46.
46 years. But something happened in your life, a trip you took that changed your life immensely. What was it?
Yeah, my son and I, Kevin, we went to Africa on a safari in 86. And we saw lots of animals, but that wasn't what changed my life. That was the way the people lived. When you saw old ladies carrying water, when you saw young girls, 15, they had babies, and you couldn't tell what the baby was because there was so many flies on it. They lived in stick houses, plastered with elephant dung. Yeah. And then in 88, I led a group back for Harris in London to see if I had seen what I thought I'd saw, and I think I saw worse. Yeah.
Okay, and so that led you to do some work in Malawi. What did you do?
In Malawi? Well, we've done a lot in Malawi. We went there first in 2000. I went with a group of Mission Ventures from the Presbyterian Church to build a high school for girls, and our group Hope for Haiti in St. Mary's. They were all excited about me going, so they said if I could find a project that we'd all go back in the fall. Mm-hmm. So that's what was my start there. Yep.
So that's how you got involved with Hope for Haiti.
Well, no.
No? Okay. How did you
get started? Ted Courtney's. One day I was working out there in '89, and Ted said that he'd done this fabulous thing for his holidays, and that was go and build houses for the poor people in Nicaragua. And after my trip to Africa, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to continue on, so I said to Ted, put me on the list. He said, no, the list is full. But one night he did phone me, and I said, I'll let you know in a couple of weeks. He said, no, you have 5 minutes to let me know. So then, since then, I've been going ever since.
Yeah, and you visited how many countries so far?
I've been at 12 different countries.
And how many trips have you made?
48.
48. And when you go on a trip, you have to pay the travel costs, correct?
Yes, everybody that goes with us, and we've had up to 20, we have a real good group, and everybody pays their own airfare, all their accommodation there, and if we go with Habitat for Humanity, we pay $600 to them, and that's why we started Hope for Haiti, so that when we go to countries where there is no project, we make our own, then we have money to spend there on the project that we're going to do.
So how do you choose the project you do?
It's not, well, it depends where we're going. Like, if we go with Hope, Habitat for Humanity, the projects are all ready for us, eh? Mm-hmm. But when we go to, like, Malawi and Haiti, we've done an awful lot in both countries. And in Malawi, when we first went there, we kind of worked with the Presbyterian Church, and then my friend Jerry Hamilton went over there, and he lived there for a while. And then as I would go over, we had an old car, we'd drive around the country and find, mostly our work there was wells. We would look for ladies carrying 5-gallon pails on their head, find out where they were going, how far they were walking. One time we Met a lady that if she used 2 5-gallon pails, she walked 27 kilometers. And then we also, we ended up drilling 15 wells, one at the Nano Hospital. If you can imagine a hospital without water, Nano Hospital, that's where we first went as a group to work with a young lady from the United States, Jessica Neal, and her ambition when she was there was to build an orphan feeding center. That's when AIDS was at its biggest, and so we went over there as a group, and we built her a feeding center there. And then after that, we built a couple more because the church kind of bribed us that if they gave us their foreman and all their equipment, then we would build them a feeding center for kids under 5. And then the best one we built was in Lapongo. It was a fabulous building. Jerry Hamilton found it, and we went and made a deal with the headman, because all land in Africa, in Malawi, is owned by headmen. They'll order maybe, I don't know, a few thousand or 100 acres anyway, and he gave us the best area in the town to build our. I do the plans. We hired a young chap just out of school to be an engineer to build the building, and we went back the next year. It was a fabulous, fabulous building, and it was for orphans, feeding center.
Now, Hope for Haiti is more than just Haiti then. It's many countries.
Yeah, we just called it Hope for Haiti because for the first few years and for a lot of years since, you can't get into Haiti. Either our government won't let you in or Haiti won't let you in. So it just happened that the year we were going to start trying to raise money to help us build these projects, that we were going to Haiti. So we just as a group decided we'd call it Hope for Haiti, and it's stuck with us ever since.
So when you go, you talk about fundraisers. What are some of the fundraisers you do in St. Mary's during the year?
Well, we have the curling bonspiel. We have the golf tournament. We run the breakfast down there for the market, and we run one out at the hill, out at McCully's Hill.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have supporters in St. Mary's like nobody can believe.
And there's a banquet
because they
once a year,
believe, yeah. And Reverend Gwen puts on a banquet. It used to be Damon's, and but we've had no problem raising money, and because we have no expenses whatsoever. Every cent that's donated goes to the project.
Now, if somebody wants to become involved, yeah, that's great, wonderful. If somebody wants to become involved with Hope for Haiti, how do they become involved? Because there's many people in St. Mary's. Put up your hand here if you've done anything for Hope for Haiti in the audience. So there's quite a few people here, and you don't have to actually go there. You can be involved in other ways.
Oh yeah, we have some members that have no desire to go there, but they just like what we do. They work hard. Like Tom Oscar, he's been our treasurer for about 25 years, and he works hard. We have others. And if you want to come involved, you just phone up Murray Mitchell, and we'll have 2 or 3 interviews, but not many in the end go, because they don't want to maybe sleep on the ground. They don't want to eat beans and rice 3 times a day for 2 weeks, and so everybody that says they'd like to go don't end up going.
So you're saying, Murray, that you could go there and you might lose some weight?
You could very likely would.
Maybe.
Sign up, John.
Okay, we're going to take an offering on the thing, and if you raise enough money for me to go, maybe I'll go. There we go. Come back a new man. Okay, well, that's great. And all in all, when you look at it all you've done over the years, how much has this changed your life?
Well, I saw that question that you're going to ask me, and it's hard to say. Just the fact that we went there, anybody that goes, it changes their life. You can't go and see some woman carry water for 27 kilometers. You can't see some young fella with a belly that gets fed once every week and not appreciate the help you've given them. Like we go to turn on a tap, they go and walk miles. And they have no place to sleep. Kids they go to school only get 4 meals a week. They don't feed them Friday, they send them home at dinner time. So that means any young person in most of the third world countries get 4 meals a week.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming in, Murray. I appreciate it. And again, let's give support for Hope for Haiti as much as we can.
Thanks for having me, John.
We're now throwing it over to Don. Don, who's our first commercial?
Well, you know, there's a lot of really unique shops in downtown St. Mary's, and there's been one that's been a stalwart for a number of years, and probably nothing more unique than Bruce Barnes' Eclectic Treasures.
Yes, I am Bruce Barnes, founder and owner of Eclectic Treasures.
Whoa, baby!
Something old, something new, nothing borrowed, and some things blue. Located right in the heart of beautiful downtown St. Mary's, where you all need to come. Hours are, I use the KISS principle, keep it simple, 10 to 5, Monday to Saturday. Now, when you see the front of my store, a lot of people think, oh, this is a 10-minute journey. And then they get surprised because it goes back about a block. And so they could spend all day there if they wanted to. From the unusual to the very mundane. You never know what you're going to find there. You range from china to glassware to furniture to leather coats to western boots to knives and forks. Well, you name it, and I've just about got it. Unless you need to eat it. Then I'm not doing so well on that point. So I love to find things that are unusual. Now I have some unusual things with me that I'm going to show you, and here's the deal on that. We're going to show 3 things, one at a time, and the first person to come into the store and correctly identify all 3 things. Now there's one little catch here. If you do it, and you use the internet to do it, you get $25 store credit. If you don't use the internet to do it, you get $40 store credit. So let's have the first of these items.
This is better than alternate facts. We can guess this.
Now, I'll tell you a bit about this. It's metal, it's 3-sided, it's got a cord, and if you were to be able to look in there, you'd see a light bulb. What is it?
It's a lamp.
Now this has a long pole, and there's a little catch there, and if you want to open the catch, you pull down there. What is it? And this one is a little more complicated. You also pull on it, and it has little knobs in there, and it looks like it would pull back to something. What is it? It's up to you. First person in with 3 correct answers wins the prize.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
One of those looked like a hook to hook somebody off the front porch show.
That's a back scratcher, wasn't
Maybe it was. Anyways, our next guest is bringing some tasty treats. He comes originally from Switzerland, and he is a master cheese maker. And so I recommend, but I introduce to you Ramon Eberle.
It's the big cheese.
Oh,
Big.
okay. Good to have you on the show, Ramon.
Thank you.
And you were born in Switzerland.
Yeah, I was.
So at what age did you start making cheese?
16.
16.
Yeah, at 16 I started my apprenticeship to become a cheesemaker. Yeah.
Right. And so how many years experience did you have making cheese?
About 18 years now, yeah.
Okay, so start doing the math. Okay, and how did you get from Switzerland to Canada?
I took an airplane.
Oh.
No,
is that an example of Swiss humor?
Yeah, that is Swiss humor. No, it was actually...
Okay, hold on, stop. You don't laugh at my jokes, but you laugh at his. What's going on here?
I'm just way funnier than you.
Oh, thank you.
No, it was my wife. My wife Olivia. I worked in upstate New York for a year, about 7 years ago, and I fell in love with that girl, and I was on a work permit that was only for 1 year, so I had to go back to Switzerland. And we tried to keep the relationship going, the distance relationship between Switzerland and the States, right? And I kept looking for an opportunity to come back to Northern America, I should say. And yeah, one day I saw an ad in a Swiss cheesemaker magazine. And I saw the family Weber, a Swiss family that immigrated over here 20 years ago. They were looking for a cheesemaker to build a cheese plant, to make cheese. And first thing I did, I went on Google Map and I looked up St. Mary's. And I saw it's only...
How much did you have to zoom in?
Quite a bit. And I saw it's only about 4.5 hours car drive from St. Mary's to Penn, where my wife lives, or used to live, right? So perfect. I met with the Webers in Switzerland. We talked about their plan about making cheese and everything, and they hired me, and yeah, came over here.
And you found that 4.5 hour drive a bit long sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You sort of corrected that, didn't you?
Yes.
So to make good cheese, what are some of the steps of making cheese?
Well, the first thing you need good quality milk, which we have at Stonetown Cheese. We know where the milk comes from. It's right across from the cheese plant. It's
How
right,
far does it have to travel?
A couple steps. A couple steps, really. So that's the most important thing. Good milk quality, and then you add cheese cultures. You add rennet, and then you have to be patient, right? Our cheese ages for quite a long time.
Now you brought in a few samples of cheese, and they all taste different, but they're made from the same cows, right?
All the same cow milk, yeah. All Holstein cows. Yeah.
So how do I get different flavors in a cheese?
It depends what you do with the milk, right? What kind of cultures you add, what kind of bacteria you add in the milk, and they later on create different flavors in your cheese, yeah. And then how long you age the cheese, how much moisture the cheese holds, all kinds of factors that play into it, yeah.
So how long has Stonetown Artisan Cheese been in business?
About 3 years now, yeah. We started out 2000.
And in those 3 years, you won quite a few awards. Tell me about them.
Well, I wouldn't say quite a few.
Well,
we won. We do pretty well at the Royal Winter Fair in Toronto. We won first prize with our Grand Trunk 2 years in a row. But yeah, we entered some other competitions and came up a little short. Turns out there's already really good cheese in Canada. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's very good cheese here.
Yeah, we make the best.
Yes, I think so. I've had, you bought it packaged. I don't know why you bought it packaged. I can't eat it.
Oh, you could bring a whole wheel.
What makes St. Mary's area a good place to make cheese then?
Well, there's a lot of farms here, right? There's a lot of dairy farms here. I don't know what it is. You tell me what it is.
Well,
there's so many farms
I've tasted
here.
your feed. I went on a tour of their cheese plant and tasted virtually every cheese you make, and some are exceptional.
Yeah.
In fact, Marie and I are probably going to try to get out there next week and visit them and see what we can do. What are some of the varieties of cheese you make?
Well, we started out with our Homecoming, Wildwood, and Grand Trunk. We tried to give them kind of local names here. The Grand Trunk is like a hard cheese. It's a Gruyere type cheese. The Homecoming is kind of like our version of an Oka. Mm-hmm. And the Wildwood is an Appenzeller. That's a famous Swiss cheese. It's based on that recipe. But we give it our little extra touch to it.
So how many varieties do you make?
Oh, probably like 15 at this point. Almost too much.
Too much. And you're going to be expanding. The way you say that, it sounds like.
Well, there's always people coming up, approaching us with new ideas, right? You should try this, you should try that. So we try to please everybody, right? Our next project is going to be, we're going to make cheese curds.
Okay.
That is, people have
Did you have poutine when you grew up in Switzerland?
No, I didn't know that.
Where did you have your first poutine?
Actually, I worked on Vancouver Island about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and that's the first time I had that, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. The gravy and the fries. And
I hear Trump likes it.
Yes, I got it now. Funny, poutine. I got it now.
But now I appreciate it. It's good.
Yeah, and so certainly good for somebody who might be thinking of opening up a poutineery in St. Mary's. That would be awesome. Yeah. I know there is poutine in St. Mary's, but using your cheese, that'd be wonderful. How much has your business grown in the 3 years you've been open now?
The first 2 years were steady growth, but this year we really picked up sales and production. Yeah.
So if I want to buy your cheese, where can I get it?
Well, Foodland here in town sells pretty well. The Town and Country Cheese Shop does good. McCully's carries it. But if you want all the varieties, you gotta come out to Perth Line 8 to Stonetown Artisan Cheese and find them here.
And outside of St. Mary's, can you buy your cheese?
We're in Stratford. We're in all the Foodlands in the area, basically. We still try to get into the bigger stores. We hopefully will be back soon in the independent here in town too.
Oh, wonderful! Great. Okay, and it's not just made in Canada, made in Ontario. It is 100% made in St. Mary's. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's support our local economy here, eh? Thank you, Ramon. Okay. Whoa.
And John, do you remember this line from the Eberle brothers? Only trouble is cheese whiz. I used to think that was the line.
Okay, Don, we have a couple of celebrities here for our next commercial. Tell me about it, Don.
Actually, it's not a commercial. It's a musical extravaganza from DJ Cotton Candy and DJ Cold Beer.
Word up.
What's up, Stonetown?
We're about to go straight
Frank, I need a fat beat
on you. It's the St. Mary's Kinsman Club coming at ya.
I need the fatter beat than that.
Much fatter. All right. The party of the year is almost here.
July 26th through 28th is just so near. Sunset Shack and Sulaki, Sammy Sulaki.
And the music is pretty rocky.
All 3 nights we got open mic.
Line.
Something.
Oh yeah, you gotta drink responsibly. You don't
ride your bike.
Don't bike. All right, Mr. DJ Cotton Candy. I am DJ Cold Beer. I don't think this crowd is into it. What should we do about that?
Well, what you gonna do about it, DJ Cold Beer?
I think we should tell them about our musical acts.
Thursday night we have We Are the Temple.
That might seem coincidental.
That was just awful.
It's really hard to rhyme words with temple.
Friday night we have Containment Unit.
90s music is how they do it.
That was more solid.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Saturday night, Practically Hip. Something about beers we sip.
Oh yeah, on cold beers we will sip.
We got Cowbell.
Broadhead.
Spirits and wine.
Our selection is quite divine.
Bud Light, Bud, Coors and stuff.
This year we cut out all the fluff.
Oh yeah, DJ Cold Beer, DJ Cotton Candy, we out.
We out. Peace.
MC Frank StGermain.
Yeah, St. Germain. We'll see you next Saturday at the Flats.
It's slippery.
There we go, Swoody.
Someone frisk those two.
Solid, man, solid. That's solid, man.
My first and last attempt at beatbox, ladies and gentlemen.
I tell you see everything on the Front Porch Show. Not seen anywhere else in the world. Okay, our next guest is somebody who I've known for a couple of years, has warmed the hearts of many people in St. Mary's. You'll often see her at the St. Mary's Market. She's our own now. It's Marah Al Hadid. Now, do you use the Ajjan as well?
Yeah.
So it's Marah Ajjan Al Hadid.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And I know that from your name, that tells your whole family history. Because there's the Marah, there's the Ajjan, there's the Al Hadid. Anyway, your story starts in Syria. Tell me about it.
My story started in Syria after the war. It happened in Syria that caused many problems. So our industry there, our factories, it's
A bit closer. There we go. There we go.
all like gone and destroyed, and we cannot live there anymore.
Yeah.
So we moved to Lebanon,
Mm-hmm.
and by that time we lived in Lebanon for 3 years.
Right. And what was your family business when you were in Syria?
My family business, it was like a starch. So starch like the corn
Yeah.
or the wheat,
Right.
and then we sell that starch to make like dessert with it.
Okay, wonderful.
And we have a ground dairy there
Right.
to ground the corn and like other stuff of food like beans.
Wonderful.
All the beans, yeah.
Now, how much did you know about St. Mary's before you came here? Sounds great.
Basically, I don't know St. Mary's before I came to here, but I know, like I'm coming to Canada, Ontario, but they didn't tell us the place exactly, because I came through the UN in Lebanon. They contact us and they got us to here. So,
And what was your first impressions when you got here?
basically, before I came to here, I was super scary because I knew that like Canada, the people there are so nice there, and I know all of this stuff. But although like it's a new country, new culture for me, it's kind of scary to live like for 1 year, especially when we heard that we are living with another family. But when I came to here, I saw all the people there are very, very kind with us. They're all smiling. I felt like it's a new life. So my heart was super happy. And the family, like, she hosted us for 1 year. She was like Tammy Algra and her family. They were so good with us and super nice. So that's the first impression. It's like all my scared is gone at the moment that I met everybody, Gwen Amond, and the mayor. He came to the hotel to welcome us, and that's like really was a big impact on me.
And you're pretty well, yes, thank you. And you're pretty well settled in now, aren't you?
Kind of.
Kind of. You got a new
We're
Canadian
working
baby.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So when you have a Canadian baby, you're settled in.
New nephew.
Yes.
Like I have my brother have a
Right.
new Canadian baby.
So a new baby in the family.
And soon we will be like Canadian as a Canadian citizenship. We have like just 4 or 5 months.
Oh, wonderful.
To be like a Canadian citizenship.
Well, I think I can speak for everybody out here that your family has added so much to this community. It's you've just been wonderful. You just blended it so beautifully.
Thank you so much. That happened because of their support. Basically, without the St. Mary's community, we won't be here, and we won't be happy and in a safe place and in a peace. So I would like to thank everyone here and everyone from St. Mary's and from Canada, because they are the real support. Like if you want to live a better life, go to community to support you and smile at you. So like you feel good and you feel you can do more, like you can give more, and there's more coming for them. As much as we give them, they will still the best, and we can't afford what they did for us before.
Now you're going to do something very special on July 29th. You're going to make a Syrian, well, normally the Wildstone is closed on a Sunday night, but you're opening it up and you're going to make a Syrian meal at the Wildstone Bar and Grill. Why are you doing this?
See, this is the support that I was talking about. Kind of like my first job, it was with Rhonda Klein at Wildstone Bar and Grill. So we've been thinking on that for a long time because we love this community, and we saw like a lot of people when I met them, they don't know a lot of stuff about the Arabic culture and the Arabic food. They know a little bit, like kind of the famous food like falafel or shawarma, but they don't know the other stuff, how we eat it. We tried so many different food here. Some of our families, like Dingwall families, Stephen Habermelt and families, like all of them, they start to host us and to try the Canadian food. We thought like it's so much different than the Arabic food. So we came with this idea, why we just like try their food, let them to try our food also. So we started with the farmer market last year, and we saw a lot of people, they came to us and they loved our food. So we said, why not? Let's grow that business here. And Syrian's community, it's the best community to work with their smile, their heart. So we had this idea to open this, first of all to support my family back home and here, to settle up for sure. And we have our own business, like to open a small restaurant for food, or we can do an event every once in a while, let the people enjoy, and we have fun. And basically probably that there will be like also an Arabic culture, not just an Arabic food there, the Syrian experience. We will have someone to play lute there, and we hope you will enjoy it there.
Okay. Having taught Syrians for many years, I know what Syrian food tastes like and how good it is. But for those that don't know what Syrian food is like, how would you describe it, how it's different from Canadian food?
Basically, it's probably we use the same ingredient, but with different way. I think like our food with the flavor on it, it makes it different. So we have like more Arabic flavor. They don't have it here.
Is it the spices then that they're different?
It's not just the spices.
The way you prepare it?
The way you prepare it, basically, yes. The way you prepare it, the way you cook it.
Okay, so what are some famous Syrian dishes that you're going to have at your meal?
Basically, next
Sunday.
Okay. Basically, next Sunday we will have two different meals. We have first of all like the first course. We're gonna do like the pita bread with the boule and baba ganoush. We have the second course, option one. We have two options because we also know that some people they are vegetarian, so we prepare that for them. And the first option for the people who like to eat the normal food, which is with meat. So the first option is mixed barbecue. It's come with chicken shish tawuk and beef kebab. Also rice, hummus, and onion, tomato, and tahina sauce. And also it will be with it like the tomato and the onion. It will be like barbecued in Arabic way. So they're all it come in one plate. The third choice, the second choice, it will be falafel with fattoush. In Arabic, it's Arabic salad, basically. Falafel with fattoush and hummus also, and tahina sauce. The third course, it will be a dessert, special dessert. So we won't tell you now what is the dessert, so you will be more excited, and you want to come and try it. But I'm sure that all of you will like it. Like something you like.
I tried Syrian desserts. My students spoiled me. Who's going to be cooking the meal? You're going to obviously be one of the people. Anybody else in the family?
For sure, I don't want to cook the meal, so I don't want to lose any of my favorite here in Simmers because I don't know how to cook well. But my mom and my sister-in-law and my sister, they will be cooking. Then my sister and I will serve there, and my mom and my sister-in-law in the kitchen.
Okay, and what will be the cost of the meal?
The cost for the meal, it will be $30 per person.
Okay, and how do you get tickets?
You get tickets here with me or Farmer Market on Saturday or at Wildstone Bar and Grill.
Okay.
Also, like we knew some people, they are customers at the Wildstone, so they just can call and reserve their table for them, and then they can be there.
And is there a sellout point where you can't take any more? How many people can go? Do you know?
No, like it's 60 people. We still have some.
So you have 60 tickets to sell.
Yeah, and basically we have also like if we sold out, we have at 5:30 the dinner will be. So if we sold out, we will make another one at 7:30.
Okay, there's 60 people here. So
there's enough room for everybody, so I'm sure they will have fun and they will enjoy it.
Well, I think so, and I put in a special request because obviously we're going to be doing the front show Front Porch Show next Sunday.
The food will come to you.
So we're going to do a takeout, I think, because I don't want to miss your cooking.
Basically, the food will come to you.
Yes,
also.
well, thank you very much. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Everybody has a hungry heart.
I've got a hungry stomach.
Everybody has a hungry heart.
We can get our tickets tomorrow night at Trivia, right?
That's right, we can.
Hey, John, how do you like the mustache?
Well, I want to ask you why you're growing it.
Well, as it turns out, I feel like I'm, a 15-year-old, bragging on his mustache, but this is only like 5 days worth right now, because on August 8th and 9th, all things going well, Murdoch Mysteries is going to be back in town filming. And they called me up a couple of months ago, they got a few photos, wanted to do a few set changes. They're actually going to be right in front of my office, and they asked me if I wanted to be on set again. I said, yeah! Yeah, so look forward to that.
Are you going to be a villain this time?
That's to be seen. It is a mystery.
Now, do they need extra actors at all?
Yeah, so do you know any, John?
I take only cameo parts.
Yeah.
There's quite a few in this town, there's quite a few actors.
Have you played a dead body before?
Yes. Anyways, how do people, if they want to become an actor?
I know you've died on stage.
A lot. A lot. Woo-hoo. Okay. Anyways, we feature musical talent in our community, and one of the things we're finding is that it's just coming out of the woodwork. And this lady has been on our radar for more than a year, and it just hasn't worked out. But we got her on stage tonight. Let's welcome Chris Brine.
Yeah, Chris!
Hello. I've been encouraged to do some original songs, so I'd like to do a song for you that I wrote, and it's called Label Town. And it's a little bit to do with being a young teenager, and also a little bit to do with how people can just put a label on somebody or bully them and just leave them that way. So it's called Label Town. Schoolboy, white stone, heart as deep as the sea. Touched her, love goes two hearts learn to breathe. Crying, raining, saw you walking away. Walls going up, once more labels always stay. It's been said and it's been prayed, don't climb the wall, it's a long way. In Label Town there comes a moment where walls come down and we're left silent. Muted voices laughing at your blood. Passion and envy screaming for your love. Our feet, dead heat, saw you walking away. Once burned, don't learn labels always stay. It's been said and it's been prayed, don't climb the wall, it's a long way. In Label Town there comes a moment where walls come down and we're left silent. We're left silent. Label you, label me, label everyone you see. Label you, label me, labels just too blind to see.
Chris Brine. Come on up here. I get out of my chair, but I'm finding this chair is pretty awkward. I think I need one with rollers. But welcome to the show. Oh, that was marvelous. Pardon? Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know what I need. I know everybody's got suggestions of what I need done, but I don't usually listen to them. So, Chris, tell me about where you came from. Where were you born?
I was born in Bangor, Wales.
And I actually know where that is. Go ahead and tell everybody. Some people don't. Where is it?
It is in Wales, near England, Ireland, kind of in a little bit in the north. My dad was stationed in the Royal Air Force there, and my older brother and I were just barely a year apart. We were both born there and emigrated to Canada in 1963.
And it was because your dad came here, or you just came here on your own?
Mom, Dad, and my older brother.
Yeah.
We had the Irish Catholic, English Protestant. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. So I think that a lot of people looked to Canada, as they still do,
right,
as a wonderful opportunity. And they had things like that they wanted to offer their children a better opportunity as well. So.
And was your family musical?
Absolutely, yes. Dad used to play in skiffle bands in the UK, and he knew the Beatles.
Personally?
Yes, which... You know, it was kind of neat. We never met them. We were, 3. So
when's McCartney coming here?
Well, I don't know, but we should get him on the Front Porch Show for sure. I think he'd love it.
Yeah, I think
We're full.
we're
We're
full.
full,
Yeah.
oh.
And does he come from St. Mary's? That's the other problem. He's got to come from St. Mary's. So.
If he moves here.
If he moves
If
here,
he moves
yeah, maybe so. How long have you been performing then?
Oh, gosh. Pretty much my whole life. I wrote my first song when I was 10, and it was like a new version of The Unicorn.
Okay.
And that was my first creeps and shivers and fiddle-dee-dee. That sort of thing.
Okay. And are you part of a band, or you do solo work, or do you do both?
I do primarily band work. We have the Chris Brine Band. We've played the Heritage Festival, and we've done the Hospital Gala. We used to have a larger band. We did festival theater closing parties, and we also, my partner and I, we have a duo. So we go around to pubs in the area and play as a duo as well.
So every opportunity there is to sing, you're there.
I'm there.
Okay. Now you have a full-time day job. How much is music part of your career?
Well, I think it's sort of maybe a professional hobby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've also got a grandchild now who's 7, and I've got aging parents, and I work full time, and I've got a moaning cat, so, in between I play. And generally we don't look for work. The phone rings, and if we're not already booked, we generally will say yes.
Okay, great. And you said yes to the Front Porch Show.
Yes!
I love it. And
thank you, John.
What plans, do you have any plans for the future for your musical career?
Well, I've been given a lot of trouble over the years for never recording my original songs and getting that as a legacy to leave behind. And now with all this technology, you wonder if maybe you should just be in front of a camera and just sing and not go spend thousands of dollars making a CD. So I think there's some people on the Front Porch Show that could give me some tips on that.
Okay, well, talk about singing. Go and perform 2 more songs. Go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Brine.
All right, I'd like to do a song for you that actually was written by a friend of mine, and it's basically about the chance at second love. And some people have experienced that in their lives, and what an honor it is. It's written by Michael Ernie Taylor from Stratford. The world spins around, the sky is blue, the sun is busy shining through, and every time I look at you, I'm in love again. I never thought my heart would mend, or that I'd fall in love again, but I look at you and those thoughts end, I'm in love again. Whoa, I feel like I'm flying. Oh, again. Every time I look at you, I'm in love again. I actually had a chance to play that for him at a function. I didn't know he was going. And he said, "That was a beautiful arrangement, Chris. How did you figure that out?" I said, "You made me nervous and I missed a piece." Yes, I seem to have a lot of originals with a little bit of angst in them, but I know that's what I should be doing. So this one is about love. Sort of. So easy you could fool me. I get so lost in my soul. Oh, I put my own head in a tailspin, yeah. Try to feel what you know. Cannot control the way the wind blows. You can't harness love that's on the wave. Well, sometimes I feel I'm going real slow, yeah. That I'm lost in a hurricane. Well, does it always happen when I don't run away? There's not one reason I should have to pay. I lie in your arms and I want you to love me again. Well, you pulled my plug when the water was hot. I thought I was brave, I guess I'm not. I want you to love me like a hurricane. The wind is dying all around me. You can't pull the clouds from a rainy day. But when your sweet arms come around me, yeah, then I'm lost in a hurricane. Well, does it always happen when I don't run away? There's not one reason I should have to pay. I lie in your arms and I want you to love me again. Well, you pulled my plug when the water was hot. I thought I was brave, I guess I'm not. I want you to love me like a hurricane. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris Brine. That was just excellent. That's it for this week. I'd like to thank everybody who came out tonight. Not exactly the sunniest night, but you're a great audience. Way to go. Invite your friends out next week. Let's just see how many people we can stuff into this park. I'd like to give a special thanks to our guest, Murray Mitchell.
Yeah, baby.
Ramon Eberle. And Marah Ajjan Al Hadid. And our musical guest, Chris Brine. Don't forget to come back next Sunday, online or in Cadzow Park, in beautiful St. Mary's at 7 p.m., when Amy Cubberley will talk about music at the museum and other attractions it's offering. Pauline White will get your blood pumping as she discusses what St. Mary's does to keep you fit. Scott Graham, a local St. Mary's lad, who just happens to be chair of the Egg Farmers of Ontario, will also be on. Our musical guest to make you happy will be 8 a.m. and Angry. Good night. Have a great week.
I was born in Ontario, a place to stay and a place to grow. From Pickle Lake to Point Pelee, no place I'd rather be than my hometown town they call Stonetown. Prettiest town for miles around. Little falls of life, people shed smiles, treat you like family. Here we go. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Home, St. Mary's home to me. I can't count the times I've been amazed, how I've been blessed, how God is great. I was led to this special place. It's quite a mystery, where anyone can be a friend and find the fields they never end, and through it all flows the mighty Thames. So what a sight to see, help me out. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Oh, St. Mary's home to me. A little louder, children. Oh, St. Mary's home to me. Give me a hand. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Can you clap along? We never get this straight on Facebook. Now we're in. I've left behind me many miles on old highways, on dusty trails. When times got tough, when all else failed, I knew where I should be. Back in my hometown they call Stonetown, prettiest town for miles around. Little falls alive, people share smiles, singing harmony. That's your cue. Go! Home, St. Mary's home to me. Oh, St. Mary's home to me. Sunday night. Home, St. Mary's home to me. It's my home, St. Mary's home to me. Everybody. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Last time. Home, St. Mary's home to me. Oh, St. Mary's home to me. Oh, St. Mary's home to me. It's my home, St. Mary's home to me. God bless you. Thank you for coming to the Front Porch Show.
Good night, St. Mary. See you next week.
Thank you, everybody. God bless you all.